What's going on, everybody? Jordan here, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you exactly how to generate high quality leads with intent for personal injury lawyers. So if you're a personal injury lawyer yourself, or maybe you are a marketing agency who wants to learn how to generate leads for personal injury lawyers, then I'm about to dive real deep and teach you guys all that good stuff. So let's just jump right into it.
ExpressVPN is one of the largest premium VPN services that provides world-class privacy and security to keep you protected from internet traffic, hackers, and snoop. They are trusted by millions of users and have ultra-fast servers across 94 different countries. They have 24/7 live support chat and a 30-day money-back guarantee to show you how confident they are. I personally use ExpressVPN to feel safe whenever I'm streaming or surfing on the internet, knowing that my data and privacy is going to be protected. So right now, if you sign up using my link in the description below, then not only you're going to get a discount on their most popular plan, but you're also going to get 3 extra months of free service when signing up for their 12-month plan. So check out ExpressVPN. That link will be in the description. Now back to the video.
All right, so before I go ahead and jump and dive deep into all these numbers and show you guys exactly how to do this, I would really appreciate it if you guys took a quick second, drop a thumbs up on this video, because I'm just gonna drop a ton of value on exactly how to do all of this. Now, why should you listen to me? Well, I run my own marketing agency. We specifically use Google Ads for lawyers all across the US. And as you can see, we spent, $7 million in ad spend. So we kind of know what works and what doesn't work when it comes to paid advertisement on Google Ads, right? So a lot of people are going to say, hey, Jordan, should I do Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok ads, Snapchat ads? They're cheaper. You get more volume of leads. Look, I hear you guys, right? Google ads can be a little bit pricier. With that price, you're paying a premium price for the quality of the leads, right? Because we've all been there. We ran Facebook ads, TikTok ads, and Instagram ads, and the leads that come, and although the leads are, the cost wise is cheaper and the volume is higher, you're going to notice that the quality of the leads are just not there, right? You're wasting your time chasing after these leads and they have no intent, they have no case. They're just calling for general information, or sometimes you're just chasing down, a lot of spam leads. So you're really just paying money for wasted leads. All right, so you're paying a premium price with Google ads, and Google is constantly updating the algorithm. They're the #1 search engine for a reason, and there are billions and billions of people that are using searches every single second. So you need to be on Google ads using the premium service. Okay, so we have a client here. He is a personal injury lawyer, and this one is actually a pretty big client of ours because he has multiple offices throughout the US. They spent over a little bit over $400,000 as far as paid ads with us so far. So we have a good amount of data on this one client alone. All right, and in the last year alone, as you can see here, from January 1st 2022 to December, we started running ads for him around looks like the March of 2022, and we generated him 845 phone calls, right? So what would 845 extra phone calls mean for you? Okay, I'm gonna be diving deep into his Google Analytics, so you're gonna be able to see that and how to set that up as well. So drop a lot of diamonds, guys. Drop a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into his ad account. Okay, back to his ad account here, and when we take a look at his ad account, right, he spent over 400,000 with us. And here's the beauty of it, guys. The beauty of it is, let me show you, go ahead and show you the conversion rate first. The conversion rate, we're sitting at 29%. Now, this is for all campaigns, right? This is across multiple states that his office is in. Most of the time, if you go ahead and look at your Google Ads campaign, maybe you ran it in the past yourself, or you had another marketing agency run your ads. If your conversion rate is anything below 20%, I would even take another step. If it's below 15%, anything below 15 to 18%, your Google Ads campaign is just not converting. Okay, and I'm going to show you exactly how to get your Google Ads to start converting. And what is conversion rate? So maybe you're a lawyer yourself and you want to learn a little bit about this. So conversion rate is basically when someone clicks on your ad and becomes a lead for your business, and that might come in a form of them submitting their information to you, or maybe they call your office and ask you up for your services, right? So that is considered a lead, and a lead is considered a conversion, right? So let's just round this up to 30%, okay? That's basically saying that for every 3 clicks that we're getting on our ad, one of them is turning to a lead for our business. I know it adds up to about 33%, but numbers wise, it's just that simple, okay? So let's just say the conversion rate is 25%. That means for every 4 clicks, one of those clicks is turning into a lead for our business. So that means our campaign is converting, right? So for some of you guys, and I've managed a lot of ad accounts where, you know, I look at the ad account, it's only converting 10% on a good end, 12% on a high end for a lot of Google Ads campaign for these personal injury lawyers. But most of the time, if you don't have it set up correctly, it's going to be below 10%. And that just means for every 10, if you're converting at 10%, every 10 clicks, you're converting at 1. So now you're paying more just to get that 1 lead. Instead, you can just be paying for 3 to 4 clicks for every lead, okay? So obviously, average cost per click is $146. That's going to fluctuate between where you're located, the competition, how aggressive you want to be with clicks, and all that good stuff. So it comes down to a little bit of your budget. So if you have a really tiny budget, like $1,000, obviously you might see like 8 clicks maybe. And so if you're not converting, then you're not seeing any leads out of that, right? So, you know, this client of ours, I believe he's spending about $40,000 a month, give or take, around there. And right now he's actually just focusing on one office right now. And then I believe he's going to start running ads for his other offices coming up, actually, because we're in February now. That's the average cost per click. Cost per conversion, $500, $499. What this means is that this is how much the average cost per lead for this specific client is, right? Now, obviously, we have multiple offices through different states, so that's going to fluctuate, but the average cost is $500 per lead. And that's pretty standard when it comes to Google Ads. Is what I'll notice is the average cost per lead would be around 500 to all the way up to 650 in, you know, places like Los Angeles, very, very competitive. We'll see it like 650, you know, Arizona or in the Phoenix area, we might see it in the 650, even, you know, sometimes as far as 800 if it's on a very competitive month. But on average, you're going to see $500 cost per lead. So that is a number that's going to make the most sense. So when you're running your Google Ads campaign, if your conversion rate is not minimum 20% or higher, then obviously you need to make improvements to your campaign and your landing page and make sure that those clicks are turning into leads for your business. And the second thing is that what does your cost per lead look like, right? If your cost per lead is anything above $800, $1,000 maybe, then maybe it's time to kind of tweak your campaign. And it goes hand in hand with conversion rate and also the bidding strategy. So making sure all that is set up the right way so that you can get your cost per lead to around $500 or even below, right? Obviously anything below $500 would be awesome, right? So those are the numbers for this specific client, guys. We've spent over 400,000. We're converting at 30%, which is just amazing. That's about every 3 clicks, 3.5 clicks is turning to 1 lead for this business, and cost per lead is $500. And as you can see here, 845 phone calls was generated in the year of 2022. Now, I'm going to be showing you what determines your conversion rate, or what affects your conversion rate, I should say. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I already did the honors here. I typed in personal injury attorney near me. I could have probably spelled that correctly, but it doesn't matter. Google is going to understand. It's going to show us our ads, okay? So as you can see, if you're not running Google Ads, then you're just not even appearing anywhere on what I see on the screen right here, right? So right here, this is called local service advertising. It's called LSA. It's a new Google Ads service. You know, it was recently, not really recently, a couple, like I would say 2-3 years ago, it was launched, and it's like cards. These little cards, it'll rotate, and you know, people can click on it and call your business, right? And it'll say Google screen and show your Google reviews. Now, this is only effective if obviously you have a lot of reviews, right? Because if I'm looking at these 3 cards right now, we have 6 reviews, we have a 4.6 stars, 1,000 reviews, and we have 5 stars, 181 reviews, right? Automatically, this person I'm not gonna choose, right? So it's gonna come down to these 2 guys, right? The Dominguez firm and Montgomery Steel Law, right? Because he has 5 stars, he has perfect 5 stars, 181 reviews, but this guy has 4.6 stars, but 1,000 reviews, right? So he might be a little bit more experienced. So I might call him and see what his quote looks like, right? His percentages or whatever. And then I might call this guy and kind of compare the two. So we would have to see. But as you can see here, 36 years in business, 18 years in business. Essentially, it doesn't really make a lot of sense if you don't have a lot of reviews and if you're just new to business. Probably this form of advertisement is not going to be as effective for you, right? Now, with the strategy that we're using, paid ads, right? If you're showing up right here, it doesn't matter how many reviews you have, okay? Because people are still clicking here, and you know, it all comes down to what your landing page looks like. And if you are doing SEO, I would have to scroll down past the ads, past the local service advertisement, past the nearby businesses here. I would have to go by the frequently asked questions. I would have to go by the Yelp. And then finally, if you just happen to be lucky enough to rank on SEO, which is Matin Law Firm here, then you're lucky enough to get that click. And even then, it's very tiny, right? You have Thumbtack, you have Find Law, and then here we have more SEO, Legal Match. So it's really tough as for personal injury lawyers if you are doing SEO. So you might be paying $3,500 a month or whatever you are paying to rank on SEO. It might take you 6 to 12 months to finally rank on Google. And the thing is, when you do rank, Google can change your algorithm anytime, and you'd have to change. You have to start all over, right? So Google doesn't make any money when you are doing SEO, right? They are one of the most profitable businesses in the world because they are the #1 search engine, and they're going to favor people who are paying them, right? Doing paid ads on their platform. So essentially, when you're doing paid ads, you're paying Google to run Google ads. You're basically paying them to skip the line, and you can go straight to the top here, right? And then at the bottom, go through all that, they're going to be a little bit more ads right here. So I'm going to be showing you what the landing page and how it affects, okay, now that we got past all of that. So we have Russell and Lazarus, we have iLaw here. They are running ads, and so let's go ahead and show their ads. I already clicked on their ads here. So as you can see here, EYL Law, it takes them to a beautiful website, and you might have something similar, a beautiful website that you put a lot of effort in to make sure it looks right. And then we have the second person here, Russell and Lazarus, right? Another beautiful website. Now, you're going to be surprised that this is the reason why your conversion rate might be low. It might be a little below 20%. And here's the reason why. People who are searching on the internet have the attention span of a goldfish, believe it or not. And that attention span is about 5 to 7 seconds, okay? And your website might take about 2 to 3 seconds to actually load, which means you only have about 2 to 4 seconds left to get that person to take a very specific action on your page. And what is the specific action that we want our visitor to do, right? We just paid $150 for this person to click on our ad, and now they're on our page. What do we want them to do? Do we want them to scroll around our website and look at our team and read our beautiful website and all the things, the great things that we've done? Do we want them to read our frequently asked questions? Do we want them to look at our news and blogs and articles that we have written? No, right? We just paid $150 for this click. What we want this person to do is to either submit their information to us. What is it that they need help with, so that we can see if they have a case or not? Or number 2, we want them to call our office so that we can have a representative speak to this person and find out if there is a potential case or not. So this is the #1 mistake that most businesses in general, including law firms that are running Google ads, are making. This is the #1 mistake. And you might be thinking, okay, Jordan, if we're not sending them to my beautifully built $5,000 $10,000 website that I had built with a built-in chat system, live chat here, then what should we do? Okay, and that's a very valid question. I'm going to be sharing with you exactly how to get your conversion rate to 20% or higher, right? So this is what not to do. Okay, even though they're appearing at the top, they're probably paying a premium price to be at the top. They might be paying upwards to $250. I'm located here in Southern California, so things are very expensive. Things could be upwards to $200 per click. Okay, so This is what's not to do, okay? So they might be converting below 20%. They're paying extra for those clicks and they're paying extra for a lead. Now, here's what you should be doing, okay? I might scroll down a little bit, and here is a pretty well-known law firm. I know they've been running ads for a really long time. Jacoby and Myers out here in Los Angeles. We see those billboards everywhere. And notice the difference here. This ad happens to take up a lot more real estate. Look at this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines compared to 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. And this one only has three lines, right? 1, 2, 3. This ad takes up a lot more real estate. And that's another thing we'll get into. Okay, I'll get into that after I go over the landing page. So just keep that in mind for now, right? So I already clicked on this ad here, and this is what his page looks like after someone clicks on their ad. All right, so as you can see here, there are no links. There are no articles that you can click on. There are no about me. There's no buttons for you to click on, okay? And it is a very, very simple page. One simple pager. There's no way for you to click around, right? So you scroll down. Look how short that page is, guys. That's the end of the page right there. That's the top and that's the bottom. What can you possibly do on this page, right? There's only two things you can really do. Obviously, you can scroll and read through some of this, but even though that's really short, right? It's a very short page. But what this page is designed to do is to convince you, right? Over $1 billion recovered. Have you been hurt in a car accident? So that right there alone is going to qualify the person that's clicking, right? And here are the options. You can either call for a free consultation or submit your information and find out what your case it may be worth. Can you guys see the difference now? So here's the landing page and here's the website. Look how long this page is, okay? And it's not designed to get the person to do one of two things, which is submit the information here or call in for a free consultation. This page is going to convert a minimum 20% or higher. And for that reason alone, right? Short page, straight to the point, and has a clear call to action. Call for a free consultation or submit your information for a free consultation and find out what your case is worth. So without even reading any of this, I already know what I need to do, right? Instead of going here, I have no idea what to do here, okay? So that, guys, is how you're going to increase your conversion rate. Now, my team, we have $7 million worth of ad spend. We know what works, what doesn't. And I mean, you can see it for yourself here. We convert at 30% for a pretty large law firm across, all the US. So if you are a law firm yourself, need help, feel free to reach out. I'll leave a link in the description, okay? So moving forward here. Now, the next thing that I want you to notice is the real estate. Okay, so as you can see, this one takes up a lot more space, and the reason is because they fill out everything. They fill out the headline. Obviously, this is the headline here. They fill out the description, which is right here, and this is how I know they have a very good marketing company. They're doing it the right way, essentially. Okay, so they filled out all the description here, right? So that's all filled out. They added a location extension, so right here, exactly where they're located. And I know that they have multiple offices because they're not located in Brea. They're in Los Angeles. They should be Los Angeles, but this is in Brea, okay? And open 24 hours, all that good stuff. And then compared to up here, we have some of our site link extensions here, which is great. And then we have person here who just doesn't have only one description, right? So essentially we want to fill out everything possible on the ad so that you take up more real estate, because when you take up more real estate, eyeballs are going to be more drawn to that specific ad, and you'll have a higher click-through rate. So that just means that more people are going to click onto your ad when it is seen, and Google is actually going to reward you because you have a high click-through rate. They're going to believe that your ad is relevant to the searcher, and they're going to reward you by giving you a lower cost per click. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and create a dummy new campaign. All right, so I'm here in my test ad account, so it really doesn't matter what I build, but essentially what you want to do is click on new campaign. And if you don't have any data yet, if you're just new and you're just started to running Google Ads campaign, you can start with create without a goals guidance and click the search type. What I like to do, because we're just specific, we want leads, I'm just gonna click on leads, okay? And doesn't matter if you have data or not data, just go ahead and click leads. What we want to do is run search ads. Now, like I said, search ads are these ads right here. When someone searches you up, your ad's gonna show up, okay? And this is better than this because number one, it doesn't really matter how many reviews you have. You could be the #1 firm or you might be the worst firm. But hopefully you do, you do a great job. But just to put things in perspective, it doesn't matter if you're the number one firm or the worst firm in your area, right? Because if someone clicks on your ad, it comes down to how great your landing page is. How good is your page at converting that website visitor into a lead for your business? Okay, so that's search ad. Another reason why search ad this is better than local service ads is the volume. Okay, now with LSA, obviously you're going to get great leads, lower costs, and that good stuff if you have good if you're like have a lot of reviews, good amount of stars. But you're not going to see the volume with these ads. With these ones, you're going to see a lot of volume. You're going to get more leads coming through, more calls coming through, and all that good stuff, right? And the reason for that is because with these ads, it only shows 3 cards at a time. Okay, so if you're dominating this market, I mean, you're dominating this ad, right? And even that, they're going to rotate it out, so you're not going to see a lot of volume here. So a lot of the volume, a lot of the leads are actually going to come through your search ads. So let's jump back into here. So we want search ads. We're going to, obviously we want phone calls, website visits, lead form submissions. Actually, we just want phone calls and lead form submission, but I'm going to leave that out for now. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and type in personal injury test campaign. Hit continue. For your bidding strategy, what you actually want to do is run a manual cost per click bidding strategy, but Google wants control of your campaign, so they want you to do an automated bidding strategy, right? They only give you these options here, and what that means is they want control over your bidding strategy because they want to be in control of how much you pay per click. And when you give control to Google, yes, it's more automated and less work for you, but Google's got to make their money, right? And Google's going to obviously have their best interest, right? Their best interest, and they're going to want to make the most money that they can get from their advertisers. So when you give them control over how much you pay for your ads, they're going to make the most of that. Obviously, they want you to see results, but they're going to charge you a premium fee, right? You are technically using their automated system, their automated service for your ads. So you're gonna pay a little bit more. And starting out, I mean, if you don't know what you're doing, you can totally go with the bidding strategy if you don't have a lot of time. But what I recommend, if you are gonna go this route and not the manual cost per click, I'll teach you how to do the manual cost per click later, because it doesn't give you the option to change it here. You have to manually go back and change it later. But what you wanna do is actually start out with clicks, what you wanna focus on. I know that you are looking for leads and conversions, but because your campaign is new, Google's not going to know what a conversion is for your campaign. You haven't defined what a conversion is. Your campaign hasn't told Google, hey, this is how much a conversion is for this business, and what is a conversion, all that good stuff, right? So you actually want to start off with clicks. Once you start off with clicks and you start getting data coming in, Google's then going to know how much a cost per click looks like, what a cost per lead looks like, and then from there you can change over to conversion. So that's really the process that we normally do, and then that way we can kind of really hone in on, we know what the cost per lead should look like, and Google is going to reward us, not reward, but it's going to be consistent and give us to hit that number every time. Okay, so start with clicks. You can set a maximum cost per click here if you like, depending on the research that you do. If you know what your cost per click is going to look like, then you can place it here, right? Otherwise, you don't put nothing. Google might be a little crazy and charge you $250 per click when you know that you could have just spent $150 for the click. Okay, so you could put in $150 here, but every city, every state is going to be different, right? So if you put in $150, let's just say you put in $80, right? And you didn't know. You're in Los Angeles, very competitive, and the actual click is going to be $150 to $200. Well, then you're just not going to get any traffic, right? You're not going to get any clicks off of bidding $80. So if you run your campaign, you're like, Jordan, I'm not seeing any clicks, I'm not seeing any traffic. It's because your bidding is too low. So you might want to increase that. Okay. So if you don't know, you might want to do a little bit of research, or put in a number and you can always adjust it, right? Because if you put too high, then you might be paying a little bit over. So you want to find that sweet spot, right? So let's go ahead and just uncheck that for now. We're gonna click next. What you want to do is uncheck both of these. Okay, just do it, because you don't want your ads to show up on the search partner and display network. Location options, obviously you want to enter your location here. What you want to do is hit advanced search and type in your location, right? So if you want to target all of Los Angeles, you can just go ahead and type in Los Angeles and you can target all of Los Angeles. If you want to do a radius around your, I don't know, your office, right? You can type in your you can type in Los Angeles here. Let's say you want to do a radius around a specific city. You can do 20 miles radius. and all that good stuff. All right, so for targeting here for location, it's very important that you click this one and that one. A lot of people make this mistake, and this alone right here, guys, is going to save you just a boatload of money. Okay, I've looked at a lot of Google ad campaigns, and this right here is going to cost you a lot of money. Okay, so you guys are getting a lot of gems here. So targeting, what you want to do is you want to target people who are present in or regularly in your target location. Okay, so we want to target specifically people only in our location that we are targeting. So only people within the 20-mile radius of Los Angeles, right? The default is here, present or interest, and it says people regularly in who have shown interest in your target location. And what this means is that someone might be in New York and they search for a personal injury lawyer in Los Angeles, right? And that right there is going to cost you money. And you might be saying, Jordan, what if they're, asking for their parents or something, and that might be true, but we want to be hyper targeted on our clicks. We are paying a premium price. We want every click that goes through has that potential for the new case for us. Okay, we don't want someone from New York or from Texas or something. Okay, and a lot of problems that I've heard in the past is lawyers getting calls from people out of state. Okay, outside of the irrelevant calls, and they're getting out of state calls. And this is the reason right here, right? So people in or regularly in your target location. Okay, and then you want to exclude everyone that's in your excluded locations. Okay, people that are outside of our target area. Right, so that right there, guys, is a game changer. More settings, add rotation, depending on how much you're going to be in the ads, you can just leave it here. If you want to go in there and look at your ads every day and seeing which one does better, you can just click do not optimize and rotate ads indefinitely, and that way you can see which ad is truly performing better, but you can just optimize and Google will go ahead and just show your best ads. Start and end date, obviously you can just schedule that, pretty self-explanatory. For ad schedule, now this one is really important. You can set it to all days, 24 hours. You can do it Monday through Friday, or you can select specific days. Now, a lot of lawyers who ran ads themselves, they're going to want to run ads 24/7, right? And then I asked them, well, do you have someone who's trained and available to answer the call during off hours, after hours? And some surprisingly, these lawyers, they'll send it to voicemail. They'll be like, hey, we'll just send it to voicemail. They can leave a message, I'll call them back in the morning. And that is exactly what you don't want to do, because you are paying for a click. If that person calls you, you want to have someone available and trained answer that call. Okay, and the reason for that is because you don't want to send them to voicemail, because number one, they're probably not going to leave a voicemail, and then number two, they're just going to call the next person on the ad. Okay, and then that person is going to answer, and that right there is, you just wasted $150 to $250 on that click. Okay, so you want someone trained and available. So only run ads when you have someone available answering those calls. And if you have a call center, then you want to make sure that call center is trained as well, because I worked with lawyers where they've had a call center and they weren't they weren't experienced, or they were not trained in a way to go validate these calls, right? So just make sure you have that. You can go ahead and skip that. Next, now we're gonna go to the keyword sections. Okay, guys, keyword section, I mean, I'm not gonna dive in too deep with this. It's gonna take a lot longer than expected, but I'll give you guys a little bit of advice here. So obviously, enter keywords. What you want to do is you want to target your most highly intent keywords, right? So if someone searches up accident lawyer near me, that is a high intent keyword. That is someone actively seeking for an accident lawyer, right? And I'm not going to go too much in broad phrase match, exact match, right? There are 3 different types of keyword matches. You can click learn more and go through there, right? So things like accident lawyer. So here are some keywords, right? Accident lawyer near me, accident lawyer. You might want injury case settlement calculator or something. Okay. That's probably less of a intent keyword, but you want to start off thinking what your highly most intent keywords are. Okay. And you want to change this to accident, and you might want to do accident attorney near me, right? So those are highly intent keywords. And what you don't want to do is actually with within this ad group here, you don't want to start typing in personal injury lawyer. You don't want to start typing in Uber lawyer, rideshare lawyer. You don't want to start typing dog bite lawyer, right? And here's the reason why. Okay, so Google has a score, right? They're going to rate your campaign and rate your ad group based on how relevant your ad group, your campaign, your keywords is to the searcher. Okay, and what you want to actually do is break out your ad groups. Okay, so you can create multiple ad groups. Obviously this is just the first one here, first ad group that you would have to finish before you can create another ad group. But personal injury lawyer needs to have their own ad group. Uber lawyers, rideshare lawyer, dog bite lawyer, they should all be broken apart. It should not be together with the accident keywords, right? So the accident lawyer ad group should have all accident lawyer type keywords, right? And then you're gonna want to create another ad group and then name it personal injury, right? Personal injury lawyer, whatever. And then you want that ad group to be all personal injury type keywords, okay? And that's how you make it very relevant, and Google's gonna reward you for being relevant. Okay, for dog bite, again, right? You want to change the ad group name to dog bite in a separate ad group and have all just dog bite type keywords. Okay, so that's how you're gonna do it. So you don't want irrelevant or multiple different types of main keywords in one ad group. That's a mistake. For ad copy, I'm not gonna go dive in too deep. You would just type in your headlines, headlines to convince the searcher to click on your ad. I'll give you the tip is that you want to type in headlines framed in a way that's going to benefit the person that's clicked on your ad. Okay, so and then having a strong call to action, right? So call for a free consultation, #1 firm in Southern California, whatever the case may be. So it's in a way that the searcher is going to see you as the authority, and they want to click onto your ad, right? So once you're all done with that, you have your ad group. You can probably add more. There's your ad. You just type in your ads. And I'm just gonna type done here, click next. And then here you can set your budget. They have a recommendation here. But for personal injury, accident law firms, depending on your location, I would say your monthly ad budget should be about 5,000 minimum, just so that way you see a good amount of volume, gives you a good amount of opportunities to get some new cases, right? So you can click set a custom budget here. So let's just say that your monthly budget is $5,000. You divide, let's just say you run your ads every single day for 30 days. So $5,000 is your monthly ad budget. You divide that by 30 days. So your daily budget would be $166.67. You can round it up, $167 per day. Okay. And it's going to estimate your clicks. I mean, this isn't going to be the most accurate thing, honestly, but you can take a look at it with a grain of salt. So $167, that means that your monthly ad budget is going to be around $5,000. Google might spend a little bit over and might spend a little bit under, but it does do a pretty good job of staying within your monthly budget. You can learn more right here. And then once you're done with that, you can go ahead and click next, and it's going to say view your ad has an issue. There we go. And we can publish a campaign. Okay, so this is just to show you guys how to create the campaign, right? So obviously we named the dog bite. I mean, you name it whatever you want, but as long as it's relevant to the keywords. The thing I wanted to share with you was the manual cost per click and how to change that. Okay, so if you do want to go that route, you just click on the settings tab right here. And if you don't see the sidebar, just go ahead and click this arrow. All right, bidding, change bid strategy, select bid strategy directly, not recommended, and then click on this drop down, and you have the manual cost per click option. Okay, help increase conversion. You don't need to know too much about that for now. You can leave that unchecked, and that's how you change your manual cost per click. And now you have more control of how much you're actually paying for every single click that comes in. Okay, and then you would just hit save. So that's how you change it to be more control. And then once you're ready, you have a lot of data. You can go ahead and switch over to maximize conversion. You can set a target cost per action once you know how much a cost per lead is. So let's just say you've been running your ads for about 3 months. You spent a good amount of money on the ads, and it's saying that your cost per lead is $500. Then you would go ahead and tell Google that your target cost per action is $500. So Google is going to bid your bidding strategy and go out there and find you leads for $500. So that's how you keep things consistent and keeping things improving over time. And Google's gonna go out and they do a fairly good job of it. Some leads will come out under, some leads will come out over, but overall, they'll try to keep it around this number, right? So then you can just hit save there, right? So that is just the surface level, guys, and that alone is going to save you a lot of money, and that alone is going to actually increase your conversion rate. Obviously, there's a lot of more tricks that you can do. You know, you can mess with devices, your ad schedule, right? Bidding on days that are best, highest performing. You want to set up your tracking codes, your call tracking. You want to do your negative keywords. This is also extremely important if you want to get relevant calls and not getting, you know, irrelevant calls and wasting your money on that. But just on the surface level, guys, this campaign is how you set it up the right way. But all these other tips are also very crucial to having a successful campaign, and it's going to save you a lot of money and get you a lot of leads to grow your business, getting a lot of cases in. So if you are a law firm, or even if you're a marketing agency and you're looking for, you know, a white labeling company, for us, you know, you need me and my team to help you set it up for you the right way and get you the numbers that we've been getting for our own clients already. I mean, we're generating calls for lawyers all throughout the US. We're doing criminal defense, family law, personal injury, just immigration, all across the board. Reach out. We have a link in the description. You can schedule a call with me and my team, and you know, we'll go over your goals, and we'll share our strategy on how you can reach those goals. So my name is Jordan. That link is in the description. Hopefully this video was helpful to you, and if it was, drop a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video.